Team A. Come on, I want to hear you scream. Get the blood flowing. Team B. That's more like it. Team C. Yeah, all right, one more time. Team A. Team B. Team C. All right. You guys ready for Startups Arena now or what? Man. Okay, this is all I ask is just do not snore too loudly when they're up on stage. That's all I ask. Keep your shoes on. All right. Fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. We got 11 companies in a row putting all their blood, sweat, and tears and heart into their startups, showing them to you right now. They've been preparing for a long time. I'm going to bring up our 4 judges in turn. We have a couple of changes from yesterday to kind of mix it up a little bit. I'm going to start with our 2 veterans from yesterday. The first is Daniel Saito, who's MySQL. Anybody ever heard of that? Huge $1 billion exit, running the show in Japan, huge. This guy's got scar tissue and all kinds of experience in scaling stuff up. And we also have Eric Koh coming up, Soul Job Center. Successful exit. Who doesn't love that? Nobody! Exits are awesome. And we also have from Singapore, from Taiwan, the Y Combinator of Taiwan. They've been doing incubation acceleration. They've had 4 classes. 80 startups have gone through. Some of them you're going to see here on stage, or you saw on stage yesterday. And they have 26 in this batch. Give the juice up for Jamie from AppWorks, everybody. And last but certainly not least, this guy is the man in Asia. I'm a huge fan. He's lived in Korea, lived in Japan, lived in Beijing, lived here in Singapore, and he's now launching a startup in Malaysia. He is an industry pundit. He is a consultant. He is an entrepreneur. He's an investor. He's done it all, everywhere. Big juice all the way from France and via Malaysia. Benjamin Joff, everybody. All right. And our first startup, kicking off the second half. I'm going to whip out the cheat sheet here. It's the fastest way to implement your app's backend in the cloud. Give it up for Cloudyrec, everybody. Come on.
Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone. My name is Amsitu, and I am from Cloudyrec. Cloudyrec is the fastest way to implement mobile apps backend in the cloud. Imagine you have an awesome app idea, and you need to store some data online. And you also want features like push notifications and integration with social networking services. Then you need a backend to support all those features on the server side, usually in the cloud. Now, let's take a look at how you can implement such a backend by yourself. First, you have to choose which infrastructure provider to use. Then you have to decide which technology stack to deploy on your infrastructure. And then you have to write a lot of API code so that your app can access your backend. Then finally, you have to manage and monitor your own servers and deal with all the server management issues yourself. And we've been done that, and we all know how exactly the pain point of this whole process. And that's why we have built this product called Cloudyrec. Cloudyrec is a substitute product that can do all the things I just mentioned, but in a much simpler, easier, and cost-effective way. Okay, to implement a backend database platform for your app, all you have to do is define your app and the resource you want to store on Cloudyrec server, and then generate the native source code for your target mobile platform, and then download the code, drop into your project, and integrate it seamlessly. Now let me show you a live demo how it really works. Here I have a very simple iOS app created. So obviously this app is for the users to sign up to use my app. So I want to store username, email, and password for this app. So let's see how you can implement the backend for this app. So all you have to do is, you go to cloudyrec.com, log into developer dashboard. Here you can create your new app and the resource you want to store. In my particular case, I want to store username, password, and the email. And once you have done that, you go to Generate tab. Here you can download the native source code, all the code necessary to access your backend in the cloud. Okay. So this is the downloaded code from Cloudyrec. Next, what you have to do is you just drag and drop these two folders into your project folder, and all the code you have to write for this user registration process to work is just 2 lines of code. Just 1 line to create a new user object and another line to save that user. Before I enter the test data to Cloudyrec server, let me quickly show you another feature of Cloudyrec, which we call mobile CMS. So through this interface, you can manage all the data from your app. So let's see what we have in the user account resource here. Currently, there is no user account resource for our app. So you just click sign app, and that's it. So with just 2 lines of code, you get a whole backend stack, which is completely scalable, secure, and hosted and managed by Cloudyrec. Let me go back to my slide. So the revenue model is simple. It's a freemium model with a subscription plan starting from $990 per month. Now we are in the market for platforms and services for app developers, and it's expected to reach 100 billion in 5 years. We support iOS, Android, and also Windows Phone 7, and the #1 game engine in the world, Unity 3D, with a potential market of 800,000 developers. So our beta version 1 live since last year, December, and within 4 weeks, we now have over 40 developers signed up and 47 apps deployed on the Cloudyrec. This is the team behind Cloudyrec. We have a combined experience of over 15 years in mobile, cloud infrastructure, games, and digital media. Thank you, everyone. This is Cloudyrec, and I would like to invite my team for the Q&A session. Hi, judges.
It's a very nice presentation. Thank you very much. I actually tried your Cloudyrec and registered and used it, and it's a very slick application. It's very well thought out and well designed.
Great, thanks.
On the aspect of scalability, to what point, I mean, at a certain point there will be some saturation, and what's the underlying cloud infrastructure that you're using, and how can you make sure?
So we are currently using Amazon Web Services, and then we have another management layer on top of AWS. And I would like to introduce our CTO, Ted.
Under the hood, so we have each process and each component to be modularized, and each component is a single action item, single purpose built item that is built to be scalable, horizontally scalable, because each component is made to be distributed and distributable across multiple instances. And that is how we are really tapping on the Amazon resources, and so that we can spawn many instances as we need. And that is, inside this product, we have already built and designed from the ground up since the beginning.
So another thing is the key value storage of relational database like MySQL. Thanks.
Yes, sir. Your slides are really nice, but there was one thing wasn't overly clear to me, and maybe a bit slow on that. Is it kind of a hero proof for mobile, or is it an app builder?
It's not an app builder, and it is not a hero proof.
Okay.
We host everything. We have the whole technologies that have been running in the cloud. And what we do is we generate the source code necessary for your app to access the backend. So we have a REST API. But we just don't give you a REST API. In fact, instead we give the wrapper code for your target mobile platform, again in your native language.
Okay, I have one practical example. I'm actually building a startup called Daily.com, and we built the entire app as a web app that works on Android, that works on iPad and web. But we're looking at doing a mobile app, so it's build on Rails with backbone.js as the front. Can I use your technology to build the front end?
Definitely.
For mobile.
Yes. So it's target is only for mobile apps, and we also have support for HTML5 app-based platform like PhoneGet and Experimenter support for Titanium as well.
So if I hire an iOS developer to do that,
then you don't need a server guy anymore.
Okay. Okay. So that will save me money.
Yes.
Okay. More than $50. Okay. Then I pay.
Oh, thank you.
So from what I see, it's sort of handling the sort of cloud data storage issues for mobile app clients, right?
Yes. Actually, we have plans more than that storage. We're gonna have push notifications within next 2 months, and we also support integration with social networking services, and also as well as geolocation storage.
So you're going to gradually build in all the business logics that most mobile apps.
Yes, exactly.
And what if I do need some sort of business logics that you guys don't have? Or are you going to get?
That's a great question. So currently, what you can do is we support the data definition like you went, and we also support the relation between different resources. So we believe most of the business logic you can implement it on the client side. But if you want to execute something on server side, we have plans to support that as well, like in the form of recently, so that you can execute some sort of custom JavaScript after we have done the request.
And then one last thing, one last suggestion to your business model. Since you're supporting some sort of scalable operation, so to charge a $9.90 fixed monthly rate is a little bit weird, because if you all of a sudden your customer hit a jackpot and it's like Willie's like to say.
So
shit for you guys.
The pricing model is currently is based on what our competitors are charging. We have a few competitors in the US, so the pricing model is based on what they have been charging. So, thank you, everyone.
Cloudyrec, nice work. Moving straight along.